Good afternoon, and welcome to another installment of the Footprints of History series, where we examine history across many subjects and events. Today, we will focus on the Crocker Tavern, located in the Cape Cod Peninsula in Barnstable, Massachusetts, and examine both its historical legacy on the Revolutionary War and the preservation of architecture in the United States. Our journey begins with a little background on the Crocker family. William Crocker came to the Plymouth colony at the age of 9 as one of 7 unnamed passengers on the Fortune in 1621. In 1636, William was married in Scituate, Massachusetts, and in 1639, he founded Barnstable, Massachusetts, with most of Reverend John Lothrop's Congregational Church from Scituate. William quickly became one of the deacons of the Barnstable Church. Deacon Crocker's great-grandson, Corneilius Crocker, purchased the land along the King's Highway just 800 feet west of the King's Courthouse and built the Crocker Tavern in 1754. Now let us look at the structure as a unique relic of the 18th century New England architecture. First, the historic structure essentially remained in the Crocker family until it was willed by Julia G. Crocker to the Society of the Preservation of New England Antiquities, now called Historic New England, in 1927. The original structure is a large Gregorian two and a half story rectangular timber residential building with an eastern and southern addition on a rubble stone foundation that faces north. Much of the interior is original, and the Society has restored several of the interior rooms. It has been maintained very well. The tavern was a traveler's waypoint for lodging, meals, and occasional drink. In 1962, the Crocker Tavern was documented under the Historic American Building Survey, or HABS, for listing in the National Register of Historic Places. The structure was meticulously examined, drawings made, official photos were taken, and a map of the property was created. The HABS report is housed at the Library of Congress. The tavern was deaccessioned by Historic New England and is now available for lodging 270 years after it was built for just that purpose. It could be the oldest tavern-style facility remaining in Massachusetts, a real jewel. Let us now turn and examine the Crocker Tavern's vital impact upon the Revolutionary War. The Crocker Tavern's central location in central Cape Cod region, its proximity to one of only 2 King's Courts in Massachusetts, and its function as a public house places it in the seat of the political and social activities of the 1770s. James Otis Sr., father of patriot James Otis Jr., was a presiding judge at the King's Court from 1764 to 1776. John Adams, James Otis Jr., and other founding fathers traveled past the Crocker Tavern to the King's Court, and on September 27, 1774, James Otis Jr. and Samuel Adams led a mob of 1,500 people to protest here about the coercive acts which shut down the court. Crocker Tavern became the center point of Whig activity in the Cape Cod area, with James Otis Jr. coming to his hometown with news from Boston. The tavern was the meeting place for the Committee of Safety that was led by the Otises, the Crockers, the Lothrops, and the Davis families. It was also the rally point for the Barnstable Patriot Militia as it formed up and marched in support of Lexington and Concord. There is a report of a fight that occurred between Captain Samuel Crocker and Colonel Freeman from Sandwich concerning the honorable way of spying on the activities of the Crown and the Tories. In conclusion of this brief political and patriotic story of the Crocker family and the Crocker Tavern, I would like to shout out a special thank you to historian John O. Crocker for his extended and scholarly research in his book, Pigs Can See the Wind, A Story of Our Family. Additionally, I would like to thank my wife and niece of John Crocker, Dr. Brenda Crocker Angel Jackson, PhD, for whom I have dedicated this portion of my research. Thank you all for joining me. Please remember to like and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, I am Harry Jackson saying good day and God bless.